Yeah, look wherever you want. Yeah, you can stare it up you want.
Steve knows from experience. I have to look at a human to speak well.
Yeah. It looks a lot more natural.
Lonely night,
Each other, like when we did our-
spiraling, no one that I can call. Parents gone again.
Yeah.
I'm so alone. My toes are on the ledge. It's a Friday
shorts.
night.
Yeah, we figured
Football
some of that
game.
out.
Check my Twitter feed. They're making fun again.
Yeah. Do you see that thumbs up? Our producer over here is he's top shelf.
He's giving the green light.
He's giving us the green light, I think. So we're pretty much ready to go.
Nice.
Are you guys nervous?
No.
No? We're going to talk really quiet like they do on the church lady. Like, hey, how are you doing?
We're just talking amongst friends here.
That's all we're doing,
It's a
right?
safe space.
It's pretty cool, though, right? I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah,
got to
absolutely.
admit, it's pretty jamming in here.
Yeah, it's a really cool space.
It's like a little living room / coffee house, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I could totally spend time
Vibe
in this
out.
chair.
Yeah, I know. It's got good feng shui. That's the good part about this place. So, well, guys, welcome to another episode of the Bar Podcast, otherwise known as the Mental Health Hour. Appreciate you guys coming in.
Thank you for the invite.
Evans May Advisory.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
Man, this is special. You didn't expect that right out of the gate, did you? This is special.
Oh, yeah, it is special. Yeah, this is awesome. This is amazing. Yeah, thanks for having us. We really
Yeah,
enjoyed being
man.
here.
No, we're super excited to get some feedback from you guys. But before we get going, for all you out there that are listening in, this is the Bar Podcast. Building a Refuge is a men's mental health nonprofit located here in Carmel, Indiana. We do things a little different. I don't know. I think everybody has a podcast these days out there. So, we thought, why not jump on the train, right?
Right.
So,
Oh, yeah.
But it is important. We do things a little bit differently because we kind of just meet people right where they're at, and we just talk shit. We talk about real life.
Wait, did you steal that off
You've
our
been
website?
looking at our website.
No, really?
Yes.
Is that what your website
That
says?
is, that is one of our
See, that's the
pillars.
shit that happens on this kind of stuff,
That's
man,
true.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, come
Oh,
on.
yeah.
No, I mean, but it is the truth. We just meet dudes where they're at. That's kind of how this whole thing got started. But, no, we really appreciate it. We wouldn't be where we're at without LDR Studios' help. These guys are so great. We actually have a special guest in the house. I don't know if he's going to pop in here in a minute, but Clark Crosser, he's been a pretty big influence in our life. I didn't know he was coming tonight, so we're pretty grateful. I just said that I think he was coming to see, inventory all the equipment. That's what I think he's doing. But-
No, there's cookies over there.
That's right. There is cookie. He might want one of those. I don't know. It just depends. But, no, thank you to LDR Studios. And as well, thank you to Indie Coffee Roasters located here in Carmel. They have 3 locations. One on Main Street, one over on the north end. I had to kind of get that straight for a while, the north end. And then one up in Lafayette that I had no idea that they had until not too long ago. I was like, really? So, yeah, right on the Purdue campus. So, but
wow.
these folks are great. They allow us to come in here. They allow us to do these podcasts. Diane and her husband are like, hey, you guys can, come in and use it as you see fit. And, man, we're super grateful for that. So, Indie Coffee Roasters in Carmel, Indiana. I feel like I got to get some plugs in for people, like
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys.
So I've actually been and hosted several client meetings at their new location on the north end.
Oh, yeah, it's
That's
nice,
a
right?
really cool spot.
The bakery, right? The
Oh, my
bakery is
gosh,
there.
yeah.
If you have not been here, you need to come here and try the London Fog. It is
I've not tried
outstanding.
that.
One of my
I mean,
favorite.
I'm drinking their coffee right now, and I
Yeah,
feel.
I mean,
can
my
feel
hair,
the
I've had
juice.
2 cups, dude, and my head is just it's crawling right now. but the London Fog is a tea, and it's amazing.
Ooh.
Probably, I'm not a huge tea drinker, but I'll drink it. But man, it's pretty awesome, man. So the London Fog, come out and check it out. But yeah, so they're great to us, man. But anyways, yeah, just to kind of jump in, Evans May Advisory, Steve and Owen, you guys are awesome. This is kind of wild, to think about how this has all come along to get you guys here. But
I think it started with a text.
It did start with a text, but more so than that, it starts with some background.
Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Owen, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about how you landed here? Now, you can't take the full hour on this, okay? We got to give Steve some
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So I've never been accused of not being long-winded.
Elevator
so.
pitch. The
Yes,
elevator's
yeah.
only going up 2 floors.
Yeah,
It's got to be
right?
four minimum.
Yeah, right? No, I mean, come on.
So long story short, born and raised in Georgia, go Dogs.
Go dog. That's right, bud. You've been on a good run.
Yeah, we've had a really good couple years. Thank you, Kirby Smart. And God bless Mark Rick for what he did, building the foundation the right way.
Yeah.
Who also is a great proponent of men's mental health, by the way.
Yeah, it's all I like that.
Yeah. So moved up here in 2015. Been a CPA since 2012. Been in the financial industry really since 2006, working at a bank through college, and really found my passion serving clients.
Yeah, cool.
And, after I moved up here, I had my son Wyatt.
Yep, love Wyatt.
Yep.
Little guy.
And really, my heart and soul just was like, man, I knew I was supposed to be a dad. So I unfortunately went through a little bit of life transition.
Yep.
And that's actually where I met you and your family.
Yeah.
And you guys...
Was that just before COVID?
It was just before COVID. There was a family garden right off the Monon Trail.
You came out to some crawfish boils, didn't you?
We had a blast. And so I was, for a little time, a solo dad for a while.
Yeah.
And Wyatt had family.
Yeah.
It was a community. It was family.
Yeah,
I remember him grabbing a hold of Sherry, and she would walk him around to try the little veggie
They
garden.
go back in the cover,
and get in trouble because he was getting other people's veggies.
Well, I just remember the day that he ended up picking one of those little that looked like I don't know if it looked like a strawberry. It was definitely not a strawberry.
It was way
really?
up there on the scale.
the Richter, the hot Richter scale.
Did he actually take a full bite?
Oh, he took a bite of it, man.
So
really?
you've met Adam before.
Yeah.
Adam Pete, he actually took a bite after Wyatt did, had to excuse himself because he was tearing up.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure he got sick. I'm pretty sure he vomited.
So, but Wyatt was, and one of my favorite pictures is actually of Austin and Wyatt. Austin,
He's pretty good with kids.
oh yeah. So Wyatt was obsessed with construction toys.
Yeah.
And the diggers and excavators, and he is literally digging the dirt and the rocks. And all of a sudden, Austin comes in like a superhero in his construction outfit after work, and literally got a picture Wyatt with a Batman cape.
Yeah.
Because it was like a T-shirt with a Batman
Yeah,
cape.
yeah.
Looking up at Austin, who would stop what he was doing to teach him the techniques.
Yeah.
And Wyatt's looking at him like, this is the coolest guy I'll ever meet. Outside my dad. I hope he thought that.
Well, hey, really quick, Austin is kind of our producer tonight. So Austin's a big part of building a refuge. I'm very grateful. He's my son. Got quite a story, but he's hanging out behind the system tonight. We can get a shot.
Yeah, guys,
in.
I'm kind of back here behind the
Can you
scenes
get
tonight.
Clark in the shot back there?
It's a little
Yeah,
different.
there he
I
is.
got Clark
Clark
assisting
Crosser,
me back
everybody.
here and
Yeah, there you
everything.
go.
So happy to be here.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
I love
Wyatt's
it,
got
man.
a great role model in Austin.
All right, so that was just before COVID.
Yeah, I'll flash forward to the elevator pitch now. So I've taken quite a few years here in the local community to build my network as a CPA.
Yeah.
And then here recently, Steve and I, our paths crossed, 6 years ago, maybe?
Something like that,
somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And we got to work together at a local CPA firm.
Okay.
And
Well, tell them how we met.
Oh yeah, so I was actually took a hiatus from being a CPA in public accounting, and was essentially a CFO at a construction company.
Oh, right on. Okay.
I just wanted to take a break from the hours.
Yeah.
Going through that life
No, I get
transition
it.
as a single dad. And then Steve was teaching a class, and I was like, free CPE, let's go. And all of a sudden, I'm in the back heckling him.
Well, because it was it was it was a class for business owners. It was basic accounting for business owners. This is like accounting 101. Like, what is a debit? What is a credit?
Yeah.
And Owen, the CPA, sitting in the back of the room, like, hey. Like,
I thought I was the
Oh,
co-teacher.
you're like, look, buddy, you only get 5 questions, okay?
right.
I was like
That's
pinching
awesome.
myself. I was like, shut up internally.
That's awesome, man.
But we developed a friendship from there, and then he and I started networking because he was trying to get me to get our construction company over. And then that was right before COVID. Then right after COVID, I joined his firm.
Okay.
So we got to work alongside each other, got to know each other well, started teaching classes together,
Right.
which we enjoyed.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then there was a local firm here that needed a succession plan.
Yep.
And that firm had partnered with a wealth firm, Evans May Wealth, which is
Okay.
right down the street
Okay.
from Indy
Yeah.
Carmel Road.
Yeah.
So, so that's where we kind of were brought on the same team and, have taken a leadership role.
Yeah.
And it's been really a wild and crazy hair on fire couple months.
That's
So,
awesome, man. And you recently got married not too long ago.
Yeah. Out in Colorado.
Yep.
Kylie, I love you.
Good job. Nice. Well played.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. So if you need good flooring, Shaw, Pat Craft, you let her know.
Yeah, right on.
Commercial
I did not know that. That's good to
Yeah.
know. See, look, you find these things out on shows like this.
Well, and she just recently changed jobs too.
She did. She had a really good long track with Formica.
Yeah.
Loved that company, and then had a long-standing team from Pat Craft reach out and ask her to
Right.
join their team.
Yeah,
So-
right on.
Yeah, so a
That's
lot of
awesome.
change in your family
Yeah.
here lately.
And I
Yeah,
will
that's
say
awesome.
the best thing about it is Shaw is
Yeah.
located right outside of Athens, Georgia. in
Oh,
North,
oh
it's
yeah,
in
yeah,
North,
yeah, yeah.
North
There's a
Georgia.
lot of my
Yeah.
dad ran his own carpeting, flooring business for probably 40, 45 years in Wisconsin, and most of a lot, well, I shouldn't say most, but a lot of flooring comes out of Georgia.
Oh yeah.
A lot of
it's
it.
like the flooring capital of the world.
Yeah, that's wild.
So we're probably going to end up tailgating with them here in a couple weeks at the opening
That's
weekend.
that's great, man.
So we're excited.
All right, Steve, fill us in a little bit, man. I've known this guy for a little while now, and
Yeah.
blessed to have met you here a few weeks ago, and grateful for it first and foremost.
Well, yeah,
we'll
of
talk.
course.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about some partnership stuff here in a little bit, but yeah,
So I don't come from as far away as Georgia. I actually grew up in Brownsburg.
yeah, right on.
So kind of a local homegrown. Went to IUPUI, which is
Yep.
no longer
Yeah, yeah,
IUPUI. It's IU Indy, which I'll never
Hey,
get
we
used
can
to.
still call ourselves Jags, man. I was a Jag for a while.
Jaguars.
The good
yeah.
Jags.
The cool thing is Steve got to go to his alma mater, and he's probably going to end up doing some guest lecturing down there
Oh,
here
at,
soon.
at IUPUI, the
Yeah.
previous
Mhm.
IP.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes, at
what
IUPUI.
do they say?
Yeah.
The I don't even know the.
It used to be the
whatever.
Jaguars.
Well, yeah, it was the
IUPUI,
Jags, man. That's what I
yeah.
said, man. It's a jumping
Yeah.
Jags.
Yeah, we
So
met
it was
with
the
the
Jags
champs.
before. What is it now?
I don't know.
I
have
think
no
it's.
idea.
I think it's.
Austin,
still
do you know?
Hoosiers.
That's my man, Hoosiers.
Speaking of which, they had a kick butt season last year. Let's see if we can do it again. Sid.
Oh man, the
Yeah,
football team
right?
did amazing
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, went to IUPUI for
Yep.
undergrad. Went to law school actually down in Bloomington.
Are you a lawyer?
I am a lawyer.
I didn't know that.
I am actually a lawyer.
Cool. So if I ever get in
Wait.
trouble, I'm calling you.
So,
man.
AKA double nerd.
I don't care. Having a good lawyer around is good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm not a practicing attorney, so I don't know how much good I would do you.
Well, you'd make me feel good anyway, Steve. Okay, yeah.
Yep. So, but yeah, practiced law for about 5 years. Traveled the state,
Yeah.
little county courthouses. Had a lot of fun.
That's
doing
one thing
that.
that's cool about Indiana, man. Like the little
Yeah.
courthouses in the square,
yeah.
Like I come from Wisconsin, and Wisconsin, although they have them, like there's courthouses and stuff like that in these small towns. I don't know. Indiana is just, I love that about Indiana, though. You know what I mean? Like Franklin's got a really cool one. Noblesville does.
Right.
Danville.
You know,
Yeah.
when I first moved up here, I'm from the South, so
You-
southern
that was the first place you went to?
southern hospitality, right? Hoosier hospitality,
Yeah.
that is a real thing.
Oh, yeah, it's
and
real.
I love
Absolutely.
it. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The gal that works here at Indy Coffee, we were talking a little bit about that tonight. She's from Wisconsin, and she's like, it's just so nice here in Indiana. Like she goes, most people will just say hello to you. And I'm like, yeah, it's good.
Well, hey, the cheese isn't as good, but there's
Well,
Hoosier
I know,
hospitality.
it's fair. It's
There's
fair.
some pros and cons.
Tenderloins are good though, man.
Oh,
Come
yeah,
on.
tenderloins. Did you go to the state fair?
No, I missed
Oh.
it this year.
My favorite thing about the state fair, I go for the fair food. My kids go, they ride the rides. Just leave me at the food trucks.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
good
yeah,
to go.
yeah.
I had a tenderloin, deep fried Oreos,
Oh,
corn on
my
the cob.
He left with stage 2
Now,
diabetes.
I have. Owen might remember one of this. During COVID, we did a little tailgate at a bar down here that we used to hang out at, and I think we tried to fry just about everything we could
Oh,
fry.
we did.
Oh,
We did.
really?
And we did fry Oreos, and they
Oh,
were
yeah.
fantastic.
Because
so
that was
good.
when we deep fried 2 turkeys. I've never had a better meal.
Had Owen's turkey fryer for at least 3 years.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
He's like, hey, man, you still got that? I'm like, yep.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to deep fry wings for I think
That's
the
right,
Super
forgot
Bowl,
about- yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, wait a minute, Brandon's got this.
Yeah, so funny, man.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's awesome. So you're kind of Indiana guy.
Oh, yeah, definitely
Yeah.
Indiana guy, although I've traveled quite a bit. So
Yeah,
October, I went to my 49th state.
Oh, nice, dude.
Got one more to go. I was actually supposed to
So
hit
what's the lone state?
So Alaska.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and we were supposed to go in July.
Yeah.
It's a family thing, so it's 3 generations. It's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
parents, me, and my kids have all been to
Ah.
49 states. We were
Good
supposed
for
to
you
go to
guys.
Alaska and knock out the 50th state in July. My mom, unfortunately, was dealing with some illnesses,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so we had to cancel. We'll go next year, but we'll hit that 50th state. We're pretty excited.
Yeah,
about
cool
that.
for you guys, man. That's
And
great.
didn't you take a long road trip with your kiddos? Was it last year?
Yeah, so last year, so me and my parents were at number 48 for a long time. We'd
Yeah.
hit all 48 states years ago. And my son, one of the things I do for graduation is, hey, you're graduating high school, trip anywhere in the world. I'll pay for it for 1 to 2 weeks.
Please don't tell that to Wyatt.
Yeah. and my middle son comes to me for his high school graduation and says, you know what? Grandma and Grandpa have been to 48 states. Let's go to Hawaii and make it 49.
Oh yeah, of course. Why would you not?
Yeah.
I would say that too.
Yeah,
I'd be like, hey,
absolutely.
Puerto Rico's pretty soon going to be in the 51st state or whatever,
Right,
Or
right.
Canada, but I mean, we'll say Puerto Rico because I like it's warmer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a proud papa moment that my son came to me with the idea, because he could have gone anywhere. I was expecting, because he's kind of getting into scuba diving, so
Yeah.
I was expecting like the
Oh, that's
Maldives
cool,
or
yeah.
someplace. And now he's like, let's take Grandma and Grandpa and hit their 49th state.
Yeah.
So,
Good kiddo.
oh yeah,
That's
really
awesome,
good kid.
man.
So,
how many kids you got?
three.
Three.
Three boys.
What's the ages?
Oh man, you're gonna.
I'm
stretch
putting you on the
my
pot now. Yeah.
So,
Put you on the spot.
22, 19, and 17.
Oh, yeah. You got some players.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I know we'll get back to it, but there's a cool story here where one of Steve's kids is actually trying to switch his major to accounting.
Oh.
And
Are you good with that?
I guess I am. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
he shadowed me for a day at work, and after 2 hours, he was like, I am bored out of my mind. How do you do this all day?
Yeah.
And then a year later, he's like, you know what? Maybe I kind of want to try that.
That's
Maybe
cool,
it's
though.
because we're doing something a little different than
yeah.
than the
Well,
traditional
look at that's a
CPA
good
firm.
one. It's a good segue, Owen. Look at he knows what he's doing,
yeah.
man.
I may have done this a time or
Well,
two.
thanks for sharing a little bit about your all's family. That's pretty
Yeah, of
cool.
course.
But that's a good segue into Evans May Advisory. But before we do that, I do want to say this because it is, I think, very serendipitous. I told you I'd get that word in here.
well done.
And you
Yeah.
said it very well. Good job.
Serendipitous.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers. We should have pipes. I don't think I'll
there
have
we
smoke pipes. Yeah, right. But it is, I remember when I met Owen early on, he mentioned to me that he was a CPA and accountant, and we kind of laughed because both of my parents are accountants. And, so I always tell people this. The home skills that I learned are the only reason I learned them was because of my parents. Because from the time of January 1st to April 16th, I learned how to cook, clean, sew, iron,
Right.
patch, Band-Aid. I mean, you just learn how to survive on your own as a young kid.
Oh, yeah.
Because the parents are gone. I
Right.
mean, and they
Right.
tell you, they're like, look, you're not going to see me for 91 days.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a little sad.
It is,
Yeah.
but I mean, good for me, right? Because man, I could still iron like a mother. See,
Oh,
I said
you're
it.
close.
I said it.
We have a bell on order.
But I'm very appreciative. Like I was telling a guy today, I was actually telling this guy today at work because he's on one of our data teams, and we were trying to explain, obviously the benefits of data. I said, look, man, you don't have to explain it to me. I said, I got parents that are accountants. I said, I get it. Everything's in the numbers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's in the number. It's just going to come out. You know what I
Yep.
mean? At some point in time. So, but no, thank you guys very much for coming on. It's a huge, and I want to make sure our audience understands this because I always try to put myself, in the shoes of somebody listening to this driving down the road, or if they're watching us on video or whatever. But it's really cool in the pathway of building a refuge and kind of what we're doing and how we've been growing and so on because. Last year and a few years in front of that, we are a 501 registered C3 nonprofit. So with that, there's rules, right? You guys understand these. And I really never had to worry about it much. Eric and I really never had to worry about it much because, quite honestly, our gross receipts never really got to a point where we had to worry about it, right? We filed the E990 or whatever it is. And
Little postcard for those listeners.
Yeah. A little E990, super easy. We did our stuff, dotted our I's and crossed the T's and good to go. Well, in the last couple of years, we have, I guess for the lack of a better word, growing. Now, just for you listening out there, we haven't exceeded that number yet, and if you're willing to get us there, we would really appreciate it. But I thought about Owen, and I'm like, man, I want to get our ducks in a row because I really do believe that the Lord is leading us in a way that this thing is taking off, and I'm just super grateful. Like I said, I know we were joking around about it earlier, but if it wasn't for Clark coming to one of our meetings and me meeting him and us meeting him, we wouldn't be doing this today. I mean, we just,
Thank you, Clark.
we wouldn't be
Yeah,
doing
thank
it.
you.
And anytime we can say thank you to them, I always do, because I'm very blessed. We are very blessed. We're a family. We laugh and cry about it, and we're grateful. So I want to bring that up because you guys have also spent some time with me at lunch, and we've hung out. We've talked a lot about what we do. And you guys have said, hey, look, anything we can do to help you building a refuge out, we're here to do that. And so I want to say thank you to you guys, man, because it's a huge, huge blessing for us to be able to have that as we navigate. Because if somebody does, I believe in my heart, you just never know what might happen. Somebody may come to us one day and say, hey, listen, we want to give you $100,000, or we want to give you $200,000, or we want to give you whatever, right?
Right.
We just have to be equipped to be able to handle that when it comes.
Right.
Yeah.
So thank you guys very much, man.
Certainly welcome, and you want to build it the right way.
Yeah, that's
Building
right.
a refuge, build it the right way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yep.
kind of a play on words, but it is. You want to start your foundation the right
that's
way.
right.
And you coming to us when you did, before that, 990. Really starts into effect. I mean, that gives us every opportunity to really get organized.
That's
so
right.
you guys are ready for those blessings
Yeah.
that hopefully are coming.
Well, and I mean, again,
That will be
you
coming.
guys can probably appreciate this. Again, having parents that were accountants, I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to tracking shit. You know what I mean? So I'm sure the
Can
IRS would
only
appreciate it,
imagine.
but I'm a little nerdy that way, right? But I mean, it makes me sleep better at night. And so when I go to somebody and ask for money, or I ask for a donation, or I ask for sponsorships or whatever, I want them to know that we have a great team behind us. And like I said, I appreciate you guys, for being there. So with that being said, let's share a little bit about how you all, I know this is pretty fresh still, but how did Evans May Advisory kind of get to where you are at right now? Because I know there's a little story here.
Yeah, so I don't know if anybody in the audience, if they're from Carmel, Indiana, if you've ever heard of the firm Ryder Kinley.
Okay.
So Ryder Kinley is a firm that's been around for 41 years.
Nice.
Founded by Brian Ryder out of his kitchen.
Awesome.
Sitting at the table at the kitchen doing
Yep.
1040s.
Yeah.
No, seriously, talking about an excellent man.
Yeah.
I mean, he is an absolute, walks the walk and talks the talk.
That's great.
And Brian Ryder has actually set the foundation of that firm.
Yeah.
And there's people that have been there for 3 decades.
Oh, yeah.
There's moms and daughter, there's multi-generational
Oh, yeah.
people that work there.
And there's more than one. We have multiple families that work in our office because of how great Brian is. The parents loved it so much when the kids got old enough, they started working there.
Yeah. I mean, look, my wife, Sherry, I love you, Sherry. My wife, Sherry, she worked for my stepdad's firm, my stepfather's firm, Katie and Associates, for 17 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a crazy. We won't get into it, but that's a whole other crazy story. Even how that started.
It's just
and
a
how-
reflection of who
It
he
is, man. But
Yeah.
it's a family business. You
It
know what I
really
mean, for
is.
sure. So that's
Right.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so after all those years, Brian got to the point, he was in his mid-60s, was looking to retire.
Yep.
And he was talking to his wealth advisors, and he was really struggling because he had built something really special. He had built a family environment. He really wanted to make sure his people were taken care of, and as he talked to other CPA firms in the area, he was so concerned about what was going to happen to his people if he were to sell to these other firms.
Right.
And his clients.
Yeah,
I mean,
and his
that's one of our
clients.
pillars
Yeah,
is being
yeah.
people first.
Yeah.
Right. And so he was really struggling with this. He talked to a lot of firms, and he met with his wealth advisor trying to plan for that future event of retiring, and he was kind of explaining the struggles he was going through, and they kind of put their heads together and came back the next day, and they're like, well, what if we just bought your firm?
Yeah.
We've got a lot of really good clients, a lot of high net worth individuals, people that we manage their money for, and they need tax advice.
Yeah.
And you guys do a great job. We've got a lot of mutual clients. So they stepped in, bought the firm, kept Brian on. He's still there today.
That's awesome.
And part of us being able to connect the two brands is we went through a rebranding.
Yeah.
So changing from Ryder Kinley to Evans May Advisory, July
I love the
1st of
name.
this year.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm probably a little bit biased just because I understand some of the background, but it flows nicely, right?
does.
It
It does.
It just doesn't say accountant.
Right.
Yeah, well, see, that was that was an actual.
Oh, you wouldn't believe how much
Weeks-
time
so-
we spent on this.
So
It's okay. Well, you hit it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
good.
I mean,
yeah.
so when Steve first started and he was getting his feet, wet.
Yeah.
And he started before I did, and
Yeah.
then I started shortly thereafter. But even before I started, I was trying to wrap up my previous firm and responsibilities. He and I were on the phone for multiple hours a day.
Sure.
Okay, what can we figure out here? Because we wanted to pull it apart, what a
Yeah.
CPA firm is,
Yeah.
and put it back together the right way.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the industry is just not sustainable.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
know, I
right.
mean,
yeah,
like what-
I mean, it's got to change. I mean,
Right.
the environment, our world is changed.
Right.
If you think about the population, right? There are like, for example, Brian and my stepfather, they're 60, 70, it's my parents are in their 80s or close to their 80s.
Right.
The population in the career world has changed, and so it's more about advising, right? Because there's a lot
Right.
more tools today too than there was 40 years
Oh,
ago.
there absolutely
you
are.
know?
Yeah, there absolutely are. And so we were very intentional with the name Evans May Advisor because originally we were thinking Evans May Tax, Evans May Accounting, But we came up with Evans May Advisory because we really, like Owen said, we kind of pulled the profession apart
Yeah.
and kind of put it back together. We started with a blank page and said,
Yeah.
what are the things we absolutely have to do for our clients and what are the things we enjoy doing
Yeah.
and how can we help people the most?
Yeah.
And so you kind of mentioned earlier, meeting people where they are. That's one of our key phrases. We do that with our clients
awesome,
every
man.
day.
Yeah.
Because most CPA firms, it's like, look, here's the list of services we provide, and here's how we do it, and here's
Yeah.
how much that costs.
And you better fit in that mold.
And you better fit in that mold.
Yep, that's
and
right.
we customize our scope of services for every client based on their individual needs. So our
Yeah.
first meeting, like we did this a couple of days ago with somebody, they came to us asking a question. I'm like, well, let's back up. Where are you trying to get to?
Right. Yeah.
What is
What's
your
the end
long-term
goal?
goal?
That's right.
And by the end of the call, we were talking a completely different path than what they brought
Yeah.
to
Than
us.
that initial question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it, man. I mean, it just what it tells me is you one, you care, but
Yes.
you're in tune with like, hey, listen, I just don't want you to be a transactional client.
Right.
Yeah, and
Right.
we're people first.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, I mean, we've got some really good wins here recently. Like after we got through the rebrand.
Yeah.
I do a lot of business development. I
Yeah,
try
yeah,
to get involved
yeah.
with the community, like building
Well,
a refuge.
yeah.
I mean, this is what gets me up in the morning without an alarm clock.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was pinning my ears back, and so we've been in a lot of business development meetings and prospecting, and
Yeah.
a lot of our wins have been like people like I've never thought I would be excited about
Yeah,
accounting,
yeah.
and it's not just because we're helping them to like put numbers on a tax return. It's
Well,
like we're adding a
Yeah,
quality
it's
of life.
interesting you say
know?
that because I mean, even the world that I work in healthcare, and our company, we phrase ourselves as a performance management company, and at the end of the day, right? It's products, it's contractual products, happens to be in healthcare, but what we focus on is the performance of that healthcare system.
Right.
And so it's really no different. What you're trying to do is help the performance of an individual or a business.
Right.
I know you well enough. I mean, I know it's individual and business, but you're really helping them, advising them from a
Right.
performance perspective. So I love it, man. I think that's super cool the way you guys approach it.
It's a lot of advisory service, but it's also just a lot of trying to do the right thing and help people and
Yeah.
make their lives
Yeah.
better. So
Yeah.
a great example I love to use, one of the clients we picked up, she's a small business owner, but she's also a young mom.
Yep.
She has kids, and the statement she made to me was because I asked the question, what are your goals? What are you trying to accomplish?
Yep.
How can we help you get there? And she threw out the idea. She's like, my kids are young teenagers in 5 years. They're not going to talk to me. They're not going to spend time with me.
Yeah.
I want to pick them up from school every day and spend the evenings with them
Yeah.
while I still
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
So we sat down. We went through everything she does in a day, a week, a month. And we said, look, we can take all these various things off your plate and do them for you for a small monthly fee.
Yep.
So, and this was
Yeah,
on
that's
top
cool.
of
I
she had
love
a
it.
controller, like someone helping with her internal accounting in house that was leaving. So we not only absorbed that need for a payroll employee,
Yeah.
and then we added all those auxiliary services to
Yeah,
get off
man.
her plate.
I love
and
it.
what was her like first reaction though?
Oh my God! By the
Never
time,
thought about it that way, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
she had never considered anything like this because she was used to, from a CPA, I'm going to give you my tax documents at the end of the year, and maybe 6 months later you're going to
Yeah.
give me a tax
Or
return.
after the
Yeah.
year end.
Right. And
Yeah.
so by the end of the meeting, like, she's walking me out, we're going through the lobby, and she was practically in tears. She was like, I've never had somebody care so much about my life.
Yeah. Well, so that's a great segue. You guys just throw softballs, which I love it. So it's a great segue because one of the things that we know about money, it's a huge stressor, right?
Yeah.
And
Good
and
Lord,
what
it is,
that
yeah.
story as I just am kind of envisioning you guys walk out, what you're doing is you're taking pressure off of somebody, right?
Right.
And sure, they're going to pay a small fee or they'll pay a fee for it or whatever. But that pressure that you relieve off of them allows them to go spend that time, with their kids or whatever that might be. And that's invaluable in terms of what it means in the big
absolutely.
picture of
You
things.
can't get that time back.
So one of the things I know we talked about, because again, right, we always try to tee up these discussions around mental health. And again, Building a Refuge is a men's mental health organization. We're a support group, right? So we always try to bring resources on where we can tee up a discussion, tee up a topic, tee up a resource, whatever, around what we know to be triggers within this sector, right? So I know y'all have had some personal experiences with this in life, right, where money is going to become a part of a decision.
Right.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So share with me and the audience, what have you, a little bit about, like, how you all look at that. Not necessarily about what you're doing today or blah, 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 but like just how you guys look at it, right? Because I know everybody that's sitting here, Austin, Clark, me, you guys, we care about people or you wouldn't be here tonight. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's one of the cool things when we've had lunch, when we sit down, we talk about this. And again, Building a Refuge, it's exactly what it is. We're building a refuge. So it's a bridge to resources. That's what it is.
Right.
And so if somebody comes to us, and let me just give you an example. Somebody comes to me and says, man, I'm going through a divorce or going through a job loss or I'm splitting up with my business partner and I'm just in shit right now because I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I got money flying out every which way but loose.
Right.
See, I just didn't do it.
Oh, yeah.
Every which way but loose. And I could say, hey, listen, give Owen, give Steve a call.
Well, and part of that, and we had this situation with a buddy of Owen's where we sat down, and I don't think we even set him up as a client. We just sat down for an hour with him and helped him through. He's going through a divorce, dealing with some situations there financially. And Owen and I have both been through that.
Yep.
I mean, there were a lot of years where, hey, if my kids wanted to go to McDonald's, it was, well, let me spend half an hour figuring out if I can pay for that first.
And I'm not laughing.
Yeah.
Because I know that's real. Like, that's real shit.
It's a real pinch. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we've been through it. We know what people are going through. We really feel for them. And having come on the other side of that, and with our skill set, our knowledge, our experience, knowing what we can do to help in those situations, like we're more than happy to help. We just want to be there for people.
Yeah, because the goal is, right, man, when you walk out that door like that lady did, man, it's like I just want to be able to breathe.
Yeah, and so I will, like, just a little icing, or, so if you really look at it, if you can have someone that's going through some just devastating life change. I mean, when you're going through a divorce, it's like you're mourning death. You're like, because it's a death of someone that you used to like. It's all of these emotions, and it is like the 5 stages of grief. It's this very, very similar.
Austin we just did a podcast on that just recently.
Yeah,
on grief. Yeah,
and so like whatever you can do for someone going through that to take a little bit of that stress off of their plate, it's a win.
Yeah.
It may not solve the situation. We're not marriage counselors, so we can't, patch things up. Yeah. But what we can do is give really good guidance. And the earlier we're brought into those discussions, the better we can help.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys this question. I mean, you guys are experts at this. There's somebody listening out there that's going through something like this right now, right? And they just don't know what to do.
Right.
Yeah. What's a good first step? Outside of calling Evans and Evans and May Advisory, right?
I mean, honestly,
seriously,
the best advice, and I'll talk directly into the camera, is it gets better. You're going to be in the suck for a long time, but it's not forever. I mean, I've got example after example of like friends and family that have been through some terrible things. It gets better, and reach out to people. People are going to be there for you if you reach out. Yeah, you got to start that communication.
Well, I know one of the things we've talked about too, and it's just kind of timing and getting it set up is to do. I don't want to say workshop. Just sounds so dorky. But it's almost like setting up. I mean, that's why we kind of do what we do at Building a Refuge at cigar shops, at motorcycle shops, at breweries or whatever, right? But like setting up just something where it's almost like a in-service kind of networking opportunity where you do have an opportunity. Like, hey guys, we're going to talk a little bit about tonight, like what it means to go through a divorce, and here's some things that you maybe ought to think about.
Yeah, and so like one of my clients, she runs a divorce like counseling.
Yeah.
And she and I had a really good conversation here recently, kind of announcing, the change in the name, and her and I are kind of working. We will be working here in the near future about like figuring out a way that we can kind of have some events like that.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
like I'd be happy to make the introduction too.
What about just to switch gears
Yeah.
a little bit? But what about like families that are like overextended and just like shit, man? We don't know how to get out of this.
Yeah, and there are a lot
Because that can be hard on guys. I know, like from a
Yeah.
guy's perspective, like we think we got to fix it. We got to figure it out, right?
Yeah,
The
they
weight- the
put
weight's on
all
your
of that
shoulder.
on their shoulders, and a lot of times they don't even want their wife to know the situation that they're in.
That's fair, yeah.
They take all that on, they hold it in, they don't talk to anybody, and it just kind of festers.
Yeah.
And it creates such stress for them and impacts so many areas of their lives.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to open up and allow people to help you in some situations, because guys, we're trained to do it yourself, take it on, be
Yeah.
a man.
Yeah.
And a lot of situations that's very difficult to do on your own.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of like being a man is having the right tool.
Yeah.
Guess what? Reach out.
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
maybe there's something that we can just send you.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a budget template.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
because that like to me like people have different learning styles. Some
Yeah.
people are visual, some people are auditory, kinesthetic. Like understanding like there are different ways to like get it organized. And
Well,
I think that's the
I
first
bring it
step.
up because, like, in today's world, man, I mean, it's like everything. I don't know. I mean, everything seems to be a lot more expensive today, right?
Oh,
and
it
I'm not
absolutely
just
is.
teeing that up to be like, oh, everything's so expensive, but it just. Like, even I'll give you a prime example. Like, our lease is coming up on our car, right? And I called today, and I'm like, hey, where are we at? And the guy's like, oh, you're under equity. And I'm like, look, man, like, how in the fuck? how in the fuck can I be under equity when you sold the damn thing to me and said, this is what it's going to be
You
at the
do
end of it?
Do these
Right.
steps.
I mean, I'm like 3 months out of it, right? So I could
Right.
probably say, okay, yeah, we're whatever, but I'm just like, so because that can compile, right?
It
Like
does.
that can snowball because if you think about just every product in general, from televisions to phones to whatever, it's just expensive and things add up. And then when you
Right.
add 3 kids on it,
Right.
I'm just saying 3
Well,
because
And a lot of times it's not always necessarily about the math. We're here to talk about mental health. A
Yeah.
lot of times it's very mental. So if you were to run the numbers and talk to a CPA that's strictly about the numbers, a lot of times they're going to give you a path that at the end of the day is going to get you the best financial result,
Yeah.
but not necessarily the best mental
that's
result.
a great point, Steve. That's a
Yeah.
super that is a
Yeah.
great point.
Yeah.
And I think one of those examples is, look, if somebody's out there and they've got debt that they're dealing with, that's such a huge load on you.
Mm-hmm.
And from a financial standpoint, it might make more sense to invest the funds and get a better return on that investment
Yeah.
than paying down the debt with the interest rate that's on the debt.
Right.
And so a lot of times, if you're just looking at the numbers, you're going to try and put that money into these investments and try and grow it and try and do everything you can to build
Yeah.
that. But you've still got this debt sitting over here. And for a lot of people mentally, like that is a real drag on their
Yeah.
Right.
mind.
It's
Yeah.
a psychology of money, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. And
Yeah.
so sometimes it's not always the best thing to do what's going to get you that little bit more at the end of the day.
Right.
Mentally, it's better to just get that off your plate and be done with it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
and Steve
That's
makes a
that's-
good
man,
point.
I love that. That's a great point, man.
So, and be careful who you get your advice from, because people that want to get you to make a loan because
Yeah.
that's how they.
Oh,
pay,
yeah, no doubt.
Oh, it's tax deductible, but
They get paid
if,
on
if
it.
you're paying a quarter to, paying $1 to save a quarter, hey, that's a 75
yeah.
cent spread that it's not in your favor.
That's right. Yeah.
So,
I had another question I was going to ask, and now I'm just kind of flaked out on it because I was sitting here thinking about exactly what
Yeah.
you were saying about like investing.
And while you're trying to think of your questions, so we'll give you another great example of how we coming in with our advisory type services are going to provide you something that's going to make you feel better.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we had a client come and they had talked to their prior CPA. They had some interest. They were paying on some debt, and they were asking the question:
this is a fun example.
yeah, is this deductible? And of course, the CPA's answer
Yeah.
was, no, it's not. You can't deduct that.
Because it wasn't secured by anything. It was just
Right,
a,
right,
just a
right,
line
right.
of credit.
It didn't fit into one of the buckets. Well, they came to us and they were like wanting to know, there was a prospect. Hey, what can you guys do different? This was our big question for our prior CPA. What's your answer to that? And I looked at it for about 5 minutes and I was like, well, we're going to restructure it this way, do this, and now it becomes not only deductible for federal that you were asking about, now it's deductible for Indiana as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that I mean, you just helped me rethink that. So I love that example because there's a lot of people out there today that are employed by, say, for example, like transportation companies, Uber, Lyft, blah, 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 right? I don't want to plug them because they're not paying me. But anyways, I bring this up because I think a lot of people that have to work those positions, right? You have to, and who cares? I mean, I would do it. I mean, I don't nothing against any of it, but if you want to do it, you have to do it, whatever.
Right.
Is educating them on running their own business.
Yes.
To your point.
Yeah.
Right? There's tools out there that you can track.
Right.
You know,
So,
down to your clothing.
Yes.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, we've documented best practices for that segment of clientele.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of folks that do that, and maybe it's not their full-time job.
Right.
But they're doing that to make sure their kids can go to daycare or their kids can sign up for Pee Wee football.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think just all of this. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna kick it over to you, buddy, for a second. Over my producer over here. You're 31 years old, Austin. I mean, what are your thoughts? I mean, you think like the younger generation, not calling you young, but you know, you are younger. What do you think? Do you think they feel the stresses of that kind of stuff today? I mean,
yeah, I mean, the more of the stress I would say on the younger generation is how are we going to afford all of this?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's
Homes.
rent prices, home prices, everything
Student
has gone
loans.
up. Yet
Right.
I'm still making the same thing someone in my position was in 1995.
yeah.
Right.
94 when I was born. So I think that's a lot more there. And, you know, whether that comes from you guys, which I'm sure you can educate, you know, clients on those matters should they come to you, you know, well, hey, I want to afford a house. Here's what I make. Here's this, blah, blah, blah. How do I do that?
Right.
And I think there just needs to be more outlets where that's readily, like you guys are doing today, coming and talking to us and whatnot.
Yeah.
There needs to be more outlets for people my age to go and get that information. Because, you know, we're all sitting on social media. We're sitting at home watching Netflix, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've gotten away from the bar scene, but, you know, people are out at bars. They're hanging out and stuff like that. So there's not a lot of information out there.
Well, and
you know what I
there's
mean?
a lot of bad information too.
Yeah.
Correct. And it's a lot of the time we're just thrown into the middle of it. And it's like, all right, well, now I got to figure out how to make a $1,500 a month rent payment. I got a $400 car payment, you know, and then it's like, well, shit, I only make $4,000 a month. How is this going to work?
Right.
So, you know,
You make $4,000 a month?
Jesus. Yeah. So, and I'll give you a great example, even with a younger generation. So my 19-year-old who just started college last year, like he's the one we were talking about that wants to get into accounting. And he started off by going in and applying to Ivy Tech. He didn't talk to me. He just went and applied to Ivy Tech. And I'm like, you know, if you want to go into accounting, why aren't you going to like IU?
Yeah.
And he's like, no. You go to Ivy Tech for the first 3 years because it's significantly cheaper than
true.
IU.
Yeah, it is
And
true.
then in your senior year, you transfer to IU, you get the IU degree, and you
Yep.
get the same job as the IU graduate,
Yeah,
but
for
you paid
20%
a third of the
less.
cost.
And
Yeah.
can I
True.
give a big shout out to Indy?
Yeah.
So we recently
To who?
became-
My son, his name's Indy.
Okay, right
So,
on. Like, hey, wait a
yeah.
minute, who's India? I dig
So
it. Yeah, right on.
Indy.
That's badass.
I got to tell you my kids' names. Well, that's a fun story. So.
All right. I
So
love it.
Indy. Well, let me back up. So we're also a sponsor of Carmel Run Club here local.
Yeah.
Member
Member of the CRC.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah. They are a sponsor as well of Rib Fest, which we'll talk about here in a minute.
I can't wait.
nice.
I'm hungry already.
Yeah.
So we had an event for the fall kickoff to get folks ready to train for the Monumental Marathon here in a couple months.
Yeah.
And so we were down there, had a booth. We were giving out snacks and waters and Gatorades. Oh, and cooling towels.
Yeah.
Dunk them in ice
Evans
water.
May was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Evans May
okay, cool.
Advisory,
Yeah.
So I put out, a little, hey guys, like who wants to come? And so Steve was like, I'll be down there, but I was like, hey, well, it's early. It's early, right?
It's on a Saturday at 8
right.
a.m. and I'm like, oh my God.
And it's not like
and I
Steve
live
is,
in Avon. It's a 45-minute drive
it's
for me.
a 10-minute drive
So
for
that
me.
means it's 6 a.m. wake up.
Right.
So we get there, and all of a sudden Steve comes walking up, and all of a sudden Indy is with him. I was like, what? You got your son to come down?
My 19-year-old.
The night. He had worked till
How much did you pay him?
He would work until 3 in the morning.
Oh my God!
He was delivering pizzas for a pizza place. And
Way to go,
got
Andy.
off work at like 2 a.m., got home, went to bed at like 3, was up at 6 to
So
come help
jealous
us.
of that. Holy shit! If I went to bed at 3 a.m., I wake up 3 p.m.
But he
Right.
helped us out, and I was like, man, Steve, you raised a good kid.
That's cool, man.
Goodness gracious.
I
And he
love
hung
that.
out with Wyatt for
Oh
a while.
yeah. So Wyatt showed
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
and he's wanting me to pal around. I'm like, buddy, like in 30 minutes when the crowd got, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden, Andy's like, no, I got him.
Yeah. Well,
mean,
I think,
it was
man, I
incredible.
love it, dude. It's a great. It's a testament to your parenting, man. It's a testament to kids.
thank
I mean,
you.
to Austin's point, though, I mean, I think honestly, man, like that is an issue out there today that like. I'll say the age group of say 18 to 28, maybe 18 to 30 or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
They don't like. I think I saw something on the news the other day. Like this is a shocker. Like somebody's actually putting a class together to teach kids how to like manage money.
Yep.
At a young age, it's like no shit.
Right.
Like brilliant. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Well,
this.
And I think another thing is, and I hate to like dog on the media and stuff like that, but there's a lot of that out there telling us we can't do it.
That's fair.
You know, there's
Yeah, that's fair.
every media outlet you look at is like, oh, you're 30 years old, you're a millennial, you can't afford a house.
Yeah,
Right.
So
that's true.
Back to what you said, Owen. It's a lot of that misinformation,
Right.
going, coming
And I think
to us.
I think
to-
it's what
to where
Steve
they're
said
saying
too,
that.
man. I mean, I think it's like, hey, what's your end goal? What do you want to do by the time you're 35, right?
Right.
I mean, now I know I look like I'm a pretty willy-nilly guy, man. I'm like, shit, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but you know, you kind of think like, okay, I want to do this, right?
Right,
And that's
right.
that. And here's the deal. I'll just tell everybody that's okay. Mm-hmm. Like that is okay. One of the things that drives me completely batshit crazy and is like, hey, Steve, tell me what your 3 to 5 year plan is. I don't know if I'm going to
Are we
wake
in
up
an
tomorrow. What the
interview
fuck?
now?
Yeah, like, what the hell are you? What are you talking about? 3 to 5 year plan? You know,
Not to be in front of you
Shit, I don't
asking
know
that
what's going to
question.
happen at 8 o'clock tonight. You know,
Right. Yeah, it's like we were talking about something we're doing next week. We're going to a conference in Nashville, and Owen's trying to talk to me about the plane to get there, and I'm like, that's next week. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
dude, I got time for that shit right now.
That's too far away.
Exactly,
Yeah.
you know, but no, and that's again, man, I love having these kind of conversations on this type of a forum because it is real and money is real when it comes to stressors in life. It's a
Oh, yeah,
huge trigger to
absolutely.
mental health. So
And I'll say, like, this is true in a lot of things. Is
Yeah.
like, do the little things right.
Yeah.
And that turns into big achievements later.
absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, like, if I could give advice to any young person, is like, pay attention to the things that nickel and dime you.
yeah, amen.
Like,
It's
know,
a great
adds
point,
up.
Owen.
It all
Like,
adds
if
up.
you're spending $7 a morning on a cup of coffee, unless it's at Indy Caramel,
Indie coffee roasters, yeah.
Coffee roasters,
Come and see
hey,
Diane at least
yeah.
once a week.
Right.
I mean, come on,
it's-
treat
it's-
yourself.
This is actual quality coffee.
Yeah.
A big box coffee place, that's garbage coffee. Come to a local
yeah.
place.
Yeah,
Right.
You
That's
know,
exactly
but pay
right.
attention to that, and just understand that, going to eat out 4 times a week, maybe that's
Or-
gonna get in front of you.
Come and join us for a mental health hour at Indie Coffee Roasters and get a free.
Hey,
Yeah.
Thank
there
you,
go.
Diane.
I tell you
a
what,
free cup of coffee.
this is fantastic.
Yeah,
coffee,
it is
by the
good
way.
coffee. Like I'm still crawling.
I'm gonna be awake until that conference next week.
Yeah, no, yeah, right, yeah, right. Take some with you, man. They have the whole bean back here too. Yeah. No, I love it, man. I love you guys sharing, this type of information with our audience because again, we do our best at trying to bring resources on. That's what we try to do.
Right.
And we just appreciate you guys. I do, anyways. For what you've brought me, and that's a peace of mind.
Right.
Because I know this, like I am not worried if somebody calls me tomorrow and says, "Hey, we heard about you. We want to give you $100,000." I'm like, fantastic,
Right.
right?
You don't have
my
that
first
panic
call
moment.
will be either to him, and if I
Right.
don't get him, I'm calling you.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Right.
hey, and that is a huge like peace of mind because.
Yep.
12 months ago, I'd be like, shit, okay. And that's the last thing I want to tell somebody. I want them to have 100% confidence in us.
Right.
That when they give us that money, we're going to do something good with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, and one of the things too is like we encourage communication.
Yeah.
With our clients.
Yep.
We don't nickel and dime our clients for communicating with us. Like that's not in our billing model.
Yeah.
So like if you need me, Building a Refuge is a client.
Yeah.
If you text me, there's no extra bill. If you
Yeah.
email me, there's no we can't do our job well unless we know what's going on.
Yeah, and I would just tell, for those of you guys that are listening out there, if you do catch this and you are local, or even if you're not local and you want to have a discussion around it, reach out to us. You can reach us at, buildingarefuge@gmail.com. send us an email, let us know what's going on, and we'll help. You know what I mean? That's the first step to it. And I know this, and again, thank you, Clark. I know this, since we've been doing this and pushing content out as much as we have, our email traffic, like I just got an email again today from somebody that said, hey, listen, I have a son that's getting ready to come out of the stress center, and he just needs community.
Right.
And I'm like, well, you found the right spot.
There we go.
And
that's
so,
huge.
yeah, and that, if we can do that, man.
That's a win.
And I hope that, here's the deal, and it's, again, weird how this is all playing out tonight, but, I told her, I said, hey, listen, our next event is the Rib Fest, and I hope, if he feels comfortable, to come out. Just come and hang out. You don't do anything. You just come and hang.
Right.
Just come and check it out. At least come up and say hello to me, right? Or somebody with a Building a Refuge shirt on.
Right.
But just come and hang out, because that's what the events are all about.
So plug Ribfest. What's the
Yeah,
date? What's the
see,
time?
there
Where's
we
it
go.
at? Like, how did they get here?
Thank you, Steve,
You
from
only be hanging.
Evans May Advisory. Well, Ribfest, Steve. Yeah. No, it's our next event on the calendar. A little bit about it. This is the 18th year that Ribfest will be taking place.
Yeah.
My family, me, Sherry, Austin, and Cassidy, we started this thing 18 years ago in the Shire over in Fishers, Indiana. It just kind of started out as kind of like, oh, man, our kids played travel sports, and like all the parents are home on Labor Day weekend, so let's have a party. So we did that, and it just kind of has grown and grown and grown and grown. And when we moved to Carmel, we thought it was done. But thanks to Nathan Doyle, if he listens, I'm going to plug Nate again. I love the guy. Anyways, Nathan was the proprietor of Union Brewing Company in Carmel. And anyways, he was one of the big reasons that it kept moving on, because he was like, if you're going to bring in 150 people on the slowest day of the year, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Ding, ding, ding,
There it is
ding.
again.
And we're like, Ribfest is back on, baby. So anyways, long story short, we used to do it with the Hamilton County Kids Coats program. They've kind of decentralized, I guess, in what they do. So they've kind of pushed all the responsibilities out to the various different churches that they work with. So they said, hey, we just don't have the resources to do Ribfest this year. And we're like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I've always kind of hoped and prayed maybe that it would come under Building a Refuge. Historically, we've always done an event at the VFW in Carmel, VFW post number 10,003. And we thought, man, what a great idea to merge these two things together. The reason that we do the event in September 10th is National Suicide Awareness Day. And we know, first and foremost, thank you to all of our veterans for your service. We greatly
thank
appreciate you.
Yes, thank you.
But we know that suicide is a huge, huge impact in that community. And so, the number of 22. We actually just had Darren Bebo on. He's the commander at the VFW. And we were talking about, like, look, man, that's the number that's out there. But, like, how many deaths are not documented?
Right.
Meaning dying by alcoholism, dying by drugs, dying.
Right.
That's a part of the whole post service kind of mental health crisis that's going on with that community.
Right.
So anyways, we wanted to give back. So we used to do what's called a chicken queue. It's a good old Wisconsin event, a chicken queue. And what that really means is it's a quarter of a chicken queue, okay?
Love it.
So
Again,
and they're big. Listen,
you're not helping my hunger.
they're
now.
huge, and look at it. You don't get this size by not eating, but they're a huge event in Wisconsin. So we thought, man, let's do that there. Anyways, so we just said, hey, look, let's merge these two together. So Sunday, August 31st, Ribfest has always been on Sunday of Labor Day weekend because we know everybody's got Monday off.
Right.
So Sunday, August 31st happens to land in August this year. We kick off the day at 1:30. So we have our first live band. Thank you to LDR Studios and the sound team that's coming in to put that on. Clark, right? Yeah. But anyways, our first band, Arkley Boge, will kick off at 1:30. Then we have the Royal Keys playing at, I can't remember. They're playing hour sets, so I'm not going to do the math. But so Arkley Boge, Royal Keys, Circle City Deacons, super great band, kind of a ska horn band.
Okay.
Then we have Bell Bottom Cowboys, and then Big in Belgium. So 5 bands all day long. We have ribs, pulled pork, baked beans, potato salad. I'm trying to think what else. A lot of food. But here's the deal.
What's the best thing besides the taste of the food?
There's no cost.
Love that.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing.
It's a donation only. So it's donation only. So you can go out to our website and check that out. You can text right now if you want to donate. You can text the word RibFest. Oh, God, now I should have had the number. I think it's on the back. I'll get the number in a second anyways before we wrap up. But we have a text donation number, 44 something. Somebody, there you go. Is it on there?
Oh, he's getting it.
If not, I can pull it up on my phone. But it's just a great day. It's going to be a super awesome day. The Carmel VFW has got just a great location. A lot of people have asked, like, hey, what about parking, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, listen, don't worry about parking. Dave Kabamban from Future Velo is bringing 2 shuttles over. Oh. So we'll be able to shuttle people back and forth to Meyer or to the IU Credit Union, Brewburger, the parking garage, whatever. So we'll have all that covered. But anyways, that's kind of what's going on for RibFest. But thank you guys. You guys are one of our Platinum Refuge sponsors, so thank you very much. We really appreciate that.
It's an absolute honor.
Yeah, man. I mean,
for sure.
If it wasn't for you guys, you got it there, buddy? Oh, 5 minutes. He's giving me the 5 minutes. I'm like, you got a question over there? He's giving me the 5 minute sign. So hold on a minute. But yeah, so it should be a lot of fun, man, for sure.
Well, and you talk about this lady that reached out to you, and your comment was to have them get involved in a community. That's exactly what you're talking about there with RibFest.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that you just talked about, all the people that are involved in that are volunteering their time, volunteering their services, volunteering their products, just to help build that community for people and really bring everybody together.
Man, it's true. It's we have a bunch of volunteers. I think we have 39 slots for volunteers, and we got about 50% of them filled. But here's the thing. I know that, listen, our team, I say our team, me, Austin, Sherry, Cassidy, although I'm going to probably kick a little Cassidy here because I know she's going on vacation, but God love her. She needs some time off, man. Our daughter works hard. But anyways, we've done it all before in terms of serving, cooking, buttering sweet. Oh, I forgot about my dad's sweet corn.
Whoa.
Oh yeah,
Whoa.
Forgot about that. We did 400 years of sweet corn last year.
There are benefits of living in
Indiana. And I didn't mention this too, man. We got a great amount of silent auction items. So, we'll probably just need to do a podcast on this alone.
Just to announce them.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So, great amount of silent auction items and a really great bundle of raffle prizes. So, should be a blast. But anyways, the text to donate is 44834. 44834. So, you just text RibFest, all lowercase, 44834. And that'll take you right to our donation site. You can pay by Apple Pay and all that fun jazz.
There we go. 44834.
44834.
That rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it's so easy.
44834. RibFest. And I'm telling you, man. Oh, and I will plug one more. Guys Creation. If anybody came out last year, Guys Creation makes all the sauces, and they're a local sauce here in Indiana.
Now, did I hear at one point, because not only do you put this event on, you're the one cooking the ribs.
Oh, yeah, me. Oh, that's the rib cutter right over there, baby. How many times do you cut your fingers?
Oh, I mean, 10.
He's still got all 10 fingers.
I got them all, but I've cut them.
They don't
quite
work
a few
as well
times,
as they used to.
Right.
I think Clark is eating a fair share of ribs. Yeah, ribs aren't bad. What do you mean?
Aren't
I mean, they might not be as good as your brisket, but I mean, come on, right? They're still pretty good, but yeah, man. So we're really excited. More importantly, here's the deal. I'm just very grateful that Building a Refuge can give back to our veterans.
Oh, absolutely.
And I would work all day long.
Ding, ding.
I would work all day long.
That would have been worthy.
I would work all day long if I can continue to do that, man. Because if we can save one veteran's life, I don't give a shit. I will do whatever it takes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But we do have a really, really good resource for that. Again, one of our really, really good friends is an employee of the VA system. And so any veteran out there, if you're struggling and you don't know where to go, give us a call. We will try our best to help you. And the first part of that is kind of navigating the benefits side of things. And I know from what I've heard from feedback-wise, that can be a huge pain in the ass for those guys, men and women both. So, yeah.
Well, and it's such a struggle, especially for guys to reach out when they're dealing with mental health issues. There's such a stigma around that.
Yeah.
That I love the way you guys create your events. You have RibFest so people can get involved and come and have those conversations. You're not asking them to come sit on a couch and talk to a psychiatrist.
No. We'll
Like-
never do that.
And there's no
Yeah.
barrier to entry.
no.
It's just
No. Come as you are, man.
and
Right.
come hungry.
Yeah, and
Come
just,
as you
just
are.
hang out, have a good time, meet some people that might become really good friends.
Yeah, we just don't want. Here's the thing: all of our events that Building a Refuge does is they're free, so there never is going to be a cost for someone to
Right.
come and enjoy this, or just come and hang out and meet some new people. And the reason is I don't ever want money to be a barrier for someone to come and get help.
Yeah.
Just come. If you can't afford to come and like you think, because a lot of times it's it's $25 or it's $30 or it's $50 or it's whatever. Like I never want that to be a barrier for someone to come out.
Well,
Never.
and like, how special is it to break bread with someone?
Yeah.
I mean,
right?
that's like as old as time.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and we got we have story after story of people randomly coming out to these events like that, and then we tell them what we're doing, and they're like, "Holy shit, this is the coolest thing I've ever heard."
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not about being cool, right?
It's about doing the right
It's just
thing.
about being real.
Yeah.
Right.
Like shit, man. It's not hard to be authentic. I mean, I might get in trouble because I cuss a little bit. You know what I mean?
We're not going to tell on you.
I mean, it's the way that we've all. That's right.
Sherry might twist
Yeah,
your
yeah,
ear a
yeah.
little
No,
bit. when he-
shit, she knows better than that. She won't. She won't twist my arm. She just might roll her eyes at me. But I mean, that's just the thing, man. We want everyone to know, man. Like it's okay to be who you are.
Yeah.
Just be you, man. Be authentic. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you're
Right.
struggling, if you're going through something, man, reach out to us. We can certainly help. So, but
It's a powerful
Eric, geez, I've called you Eric, man. I know we have a resource, our little resource page up there. So, but hey, listen, you guys, thank you very much for coming on tonight, man. This is fun.
Yeah.
We'll definitely do it again sometime for sure.
absolutely,
Whether it's
yeah.
in this environment or we do something in a forum where we can have you guys out and
Yeah.
talk specifically about something. But we really appreciate you guys coming on, man.
Well, yeah, thank you. We appreciate you bringing us out here, letting
Yeah.
us, talk a little bit, spend a little time with you. Always enjoy
Yeah.
hanging out.
Before we go, before we wrap up, how do people get in contact with you guys? So, what's the best way to get in contact?
So if you go to our website, www.evansmayadvisory.com, there's an info page there.
Okay.
Or if you need to, if you already know the Building a Refuge, just ask Brandon, and he'll send you my personal cell phone number.
Yeah. I don't know about
And
sending your personal number, but
you can text me, and
Yeah.
we'll meet up.
yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I want to make sure that people hear that and we get that documented because it's important, right? If somebody
It
hears
is,
this tonight
it
and they're
is.
like, "How the hell did I get a hold of these guys?" Right?
And,
So
and I tell you what, when this is posted, I'll go on and I will put a link.
okay.
I'll comment.
I-
I'll comment a link.
What I normally do is when we download these, what I'll do is I can go on and pull some information in, so on the back end of
Okay.
it from a resource
Yeah.
perspective. But to Owen's point, we also have you listed on our resource page, so you can go to www.buildingarefuge.org and go to our resource page, and you can find your link there as well.
Yeah.
So
And we're located right here in Carmel, Indiana, so
Yeah.
we're not too far.
yeah, that's great, man. I love it, dude. You guys are awesome. So glad that we are a part of what you guys are doing, and anything we can do to help you, man, we're gonna do that.
Well, and
so.
whatever we can do to help you guys,
Yeah.
Owen talked about when we met was because I was teaching a class. That was a free community class. Anybody could come. It was a 3-session seminar.
Yeah.
We're happy to present those every time. Any business we talk to, we
Yeah.
always throw that out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
We'll come talk to your employees. We'll come talk to your staff.
Yeah.
We don't care. We just want to help.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And we'll
man.
coordinate coming to an event here soon, and
Yeah.
maybe we'll put a little presentation and just talk to
Well, I
folks.
might have
you know?
something for we got something. We got something.
I'm
we
excited
got,
for
Well,
that.
we got something coming up in November. I'm going to talk
I don't
to
know
you guys
if you know,
about.
but we like
really?
to talk.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
this thing called No Shave November, Steve.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
somebody around here's got a pretty good face full of hair.
I may need to trim down just to be prepared. I don't want to look like Grizzly Adams.
Right.
It would take me 2 years to get to that. Yeah, see how I was waiting for Clark over
Yeah.
there to say it, and Austin. Austin's got a good beard too. But all right, listen, if y'all are struggling out there, there are people out there that care, man. Austin put up some resources for you. So one of the best ones that we have, because we know this is never an easy conversation, is you can text the word refuge to 494949, and it's an anonymous discussion that you can have. It's a great resource of ours that we have. They've been a part of our outreach since we started in 2018. And
What was that number again?
It's you can text 494949, and
Okay.
it's text the word refuge.
Love it.
So but thank you all for joining us tonight. We'll be back with another mental health hour here who knows when. So
Yeah.
as Pat McAfee always says, and I'm challenging every time we get on with these, I'm like, look, man, I want you on our show, so we're challenging you. But just be nice to somebody. Be kind. I love the
Right.
way they end that show because they're like, look, man, just do something nice for someone.
Yeah, that's
know,
awesome.
You
It's
never know what impact that's going to have on someone.
You don't
Right.
know what it's going to do
or
for
what
someone.
they're going through.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Right.
right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks, guys, for coming on. Till
All
next
right.
time.
Yeah,
Peace
thank you.
out.
Lonely night, spiraling, no one that I can call. Parents gone again, I'm so alone, my toes are on the ledge. It's a Friday night, football game, check my Twitter feed, they're making fun again. Can't show my face, and I can't take the pain. God, I need a refuge, someone I can talk to. When it seems all hope is gone, so build me a refuge, somewhere I can run to. Someplace that feels like home. Build me a refuge.